The Arch Gaming Network is proud to bring you this flash review. Now here's your host, Sean Smith.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. Today we're taking a look at the game Skull King by Grandpa Beck's Games. And I'm a little bit confused. This is the version that I am going to be reviewing today. Couldn't quite find this particular version on Board Game Geek. It seems like the version that is listed there has a card in it that is a mermaid, and so that is a different character that is in the game than this one that we're going to be looking at today. Just know that going forward. The box has 2016 on it, but it's also got a 2013 Game Award on it. So I'm a little bit confused on this, but I'm going to review it. Maybe you can help alleviate my confusion by leaving a comment below. Anyway, this is a trick-taking game for 2 to 6 players. It has a pirate theme to it. I enjoy trick-taking games. Euchre is my favorite trick-taking game. I think Diamonds by Stronghold Games would be my second. So where does this one rank? Let's take a look at how to play, and I'll give you my thoughts on the other side. Okay, the setup for the Skull King is pretty straightforward. It's a trick-taking game, so all you're really going to need is this scoring pad here. You're going to notice that the game is broken up into 10 rounds. And we're going to set up for a 4-player game, so you would just write the 4 players across the top there. And then each player then can also get one of these player aid cards. They're double-sided. This kind of gives you a rundown of how the trump works. And then on the back side is a summary of the scoring. For each round of the game, players are going to get a number of cards equal to whatever the round is. So in the first round, of course, you're only going to have 1 card each. All the players will look at their cards, and then they're going to decide how many tricks they think that they can take. Well, this player, we'll just call it us, we have an escape card. This means we're not going to take any tricks, and we'll talk about the different cards in just a moment. Now, for the first round, there's only 1 trick to take, and so you have to kind of figure out, do you have any shot at taking it or not? After everyone has had a chance to look at their cards, each player will put out their fist, and it is a simultaneous bidding action. So you're supposed to go yo, ho, ho, and on that last one, you'll put out the number of tricks you think you're going to take. Obviously, since it's the first round, if more than one person bids 1, then somebody is not going to take a trick. It's important to note when you are bidding, the bid that you put out is a bid that you must meet exactly. So, if you were to bid later, let's say it is, maybe it's round 4 here. There are now 4 tricks that can be taken during this round. And let's say you put out a bid of 2. That means that you have to get exactly 2 bids. Not 1 bid, not 3 bids, exactly 2 to have any chance of scoring. And if you do not meet your exact number, you're going to be penalized. We'll talk a little bit more about scoring and penalties in a minute, but let's clear off this board so that we can take a closer look at the cards. In the game, there are 4 different colored suits in the deck as outlined here: purple, yellow, green, and black. In Skull King, black is the trump card. Now in the game, when somebody plays one of these numbered cards or leads with one of these numbered cards, you have to follow suit. So if you have this color, then you have to throw it. If you don't, then you could throw your trump, and of course it will trump any of the other colors. There is another exception to that, and that is playing escape cards or pirate cards or the Skull King or the Tigress, and we'll talk about those cards now. Alright, these cards here are special cards. You have pirate cards, you have the Tigress, you have escape cards, and you have the Skull King. Now, Any of these cards can be played at any time, regardless of whether or not you have the suit that was led. So what I mean is, if somebody threw out a purple card and you have a purple card, you can still throw out one of these cards instead. Now, a pirate card can beat any of the colored cards. So even if somebody played a black card and that was leading, if somebody played a pirate card, it would beat that. If multiple pirates are played on the same turn, the first pirate laid will win the trick. Then you have this escape card. Now, the escape card allows you to basically escape that round. No matter what is played, if you play an escape card, you will not win that trick. The only exception to that is that if you were the first one to play an escape card and everyone else played one as well, the first person to play the escape card would win the trick. The escape card can come in very handy if you are trying to make sure that you don't go over your bid. Next we have the Tigress card. Now the Tigress card can be played as either a pirate or as an escape card. When you play the Tigress, you have to declare immediately that you are playing it as either a pirate or as an escape. And finally you have the Skull King.
Don't be scared.
Now the Skull King card is the highest card in the deck. It cannot be beaten by anything. Now, apparently there are some variations of this game that have a mermaid. This particular game that I am showing does not have that variant in it. So again, the Skull King is the highest card in the deck. An important note, if someone were to say, do something like this, somebody led a 12 purple, and then a person came behind and played a pirate. Now the pirate, of course, is winning that trick. If the Skull King is played after a pirate is played, when they take that trick and score at the end of the round, for every pirate that the Skull King picked up that was played before the Skull King was played, you'll get an additional 30 points again for every pirate. So let's just go through a few hands to talk about how the tricks are played. Let's say someone led a 5, and then the next player played a 12. All right, and then you had someone play a 6, and then someone play a 13. The person who played the 13 would win that trick. Okay, let's say that, again, let's say someone played a 2, then someone played a 6, then the third player didn't have a green card, didn't want to throw a trump, they threw a 10, and the last player threw the 6. The 10 doesn't count, even though it's the highest numbered, because it didn't follow suit. The 6 then would win that trick. Okay, let's say someone played a 13, and then someone played a 6. Next player played a 5, and then the fourth player played a 14. Well, they, of course, have the highest number, so they'll win the trick. But because they took that trick, they're also going to get a bonus 10 points. There's a couple of cards. There's the yellow card that has bonus 10 on it, and then the 14 in black has a bonus 20 on it. You'll score those extra bonus points at the end of the round, provided you have met your bid exactly. If you don't, then you don't score any of those bonus points. All right, let's say this player played a 13, then we had a 14 here with the bonus. This player over here does not want to win the trick at all, so he plays an escape, and then the final player plays a pirate. The pirate, of course, is higher, so the pirate would take the trick, and again would get the 10 bonus points at the end if he or she meets the bid that she made at the beginning of the game. All right, let's say we had a player play the 13. The next player follows suit, plays the 8. The third player doesn't have a yellow, so he's going to play trump to try and win that. He's now leading because he has a trump card. And now the fourth player is going to play the Tigress. The fourth player has a choice. He can either say, I'm playing as a pirate, and then take that trick, or maybe he doesn't want that trick and says, I want to play it as an escape. Let's say that he says he wants to play it as a pirate. Pirates beat trump, so that would be the Tigress's trick. Okay, the last example we'll do is, again, let's say the player starts with a 13, and then this player comes in to try and trump it by using the black card. And then say the Tigress comes in here and says, you know what, I want to play this as a pirate card. And then the final player plays the Skull King. The Skull King then, being the highest card, is going to take this trick. And because this was considered a pirate for this particular round, if the player who had the Skull King meets the bids that he bid at the beginning of the round, it's going to get the extra 30 points for capturing a pirate. All right, well, let's say it is the 5th round. We'll just completely ignore these first 4 rounds. 5 cards were dealt to everybody. The players, when they did their simultaneous bid, dude bid 2, you bid 2, me bid 0, and 1 from us.
What?
Did you get that? Anyway, let's say it's now the end of the round. Scoring is fairly straightforward. You had to meet the number of bids that you said you were going to exactly. If you don't, you're going to be penalized. So let's say Dude did get exactly 2 tricks during that round. You score 20 points for each trick that you took. Additionally, if you had obtained either of these cards, you would also get the bonus 10 or bonus 20. Or if you had captured any pirates with your Skull King, you would also get bonus points for that. You get 30 for each pirate. But we'll just say that he just took the number of tricks, so that'd be 40 points. All right, through the magic of video, the US score has been changed from a 1 to a 0 to make a better scoring example. Now let's say you, who bid 2, actually got 3 tricks instead. You get minus 10 points for every trick that you were off from your bid. So since you bid 2 and you got 3, you're going to get a minus 10 points.
You have failed!
Now me here, me bid 0.
No way.
That means you thought you weren't going to take any tricks, and let's say me got exactly 0 tricks during that round. You're going to get 10 times the number in the round. So since this was the 5th round, me, who got 0 tricks, is going to get 50 points. Whoop. Now, us, on the other hand, also went nil or bid 0, but us unfortunately picked up 1 trick during the hand. When that happens, if you go nil and you pick up any tricks, you're going to get 10 times the number minus. So in this case, us got minus 50 points. So you're going to continue playing until you go through all 10 rounds. Then you're going to tally up each person's score. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Okay, so that is the Skull King. And let's talk about the components for a minute. You have, a small box, small footprint, easy to take with you. The artwork in the game is fine. You can obviously tell with the Pirates and Skull King cards in there that they're paying homage, I guess, to people who either work for Grandpa Beck's or help design the game. I'm not quite sure. And that's fine. The colors are vibrant. You can easily tell which card is which. The game is easy enough to play. If you're familiar with any kind of trick-taking game, you follow suit. If you can't, you can play Trump. This game has a little bit of a twist on that because of the Pirates, the Tigress, the Escape, the Skull King cards can be played at any time. If you ever get confused on that, just any card that has letters on it, you can play. Not the bonus ones. Don't try to get tricky on me. But can be played at any time there. So there are a lot of different types of trick-taking games that are out there. So is this one better? Is it worth getting? Well, I would say if you are a fan of trick-taking games, absolutely, you would want to pick this up. There are 3 things about this game that set it apart from other trick-taking games that I really like. The ability to have pirate cards in there that can trump the black trump cards. that is a variant in the game that kind of leaves in question how well you're going to do that round. There are only 5 pirate cards in the deck, so they are limited, but even if you have a high black trump suit or number, you're never quite sure if it will walk or win a trick, because there are pirate cards, there's the Tigress card, and there's the Skull King out there that could beat it. Of course, having the Skull King out there adds another element. Knowing that there is one card in that whole deck that can beat any other card is quite nice. It adds to that mystery of not quite knowing when it would be played or if it's going to be played. Is it out there? Now, for me, the most fun part of the game and what sets this apart is that simultaneous bidding action. Let's say you have 4 players and it's round 4. You know that there are 4 tricks out there to take, and everybody having to do that bid at the exact same time, and seeing if everyone has either underbid or overbid, and you know right away somebody is not going to be happy if you've done either an overbid or an underbid that round. And then to try to use the cards to the best of your ability to make sure you get exactly what you bid, or if you bid nil, which can net you huge points, being able to see if you can pull that off makes for a very slick gameplay. So I would definitely recommend Skull King. I give the game a 7 out of 10. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below, subscribe to our channel, and check out our other great videos. And once again, thank you for stopping by.
This Flash Review was brought to you by the Arch Gaming Network. Check us out on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.